Welcome to the official Personality Guru. The ISFP, one of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types, make up about 9% of the population. This personality type is generally energized by time spent alone, introvert, prefers to focus on concrete facts and details, sensing, makes decisions based on personal values and emotions, feeling, and prefers spontaneity and flexibility to careful planning and organization. Every personality type has its strengths, and the ISFP is no exception. Although no two ISFPs are exactly alike, here are 5 superpowers of this type. So, let's celebrate ISFPs and what makes them unique and admirable. Today, let's talk about the surprising truths about ISFPs. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. You probably know that ISFPs are kind, creative, and adventurous. But to truly know something, it must be examined in different contexts and from different sides. Whether you're wondering about ISFPs' traits, strengths, and weaknesses, or want to explore their career matches, relationship compatibility, or representation among celebrities. 1. They're more focused on action than talk. While extroverted feeling types tend to talk about their emotions and express them vocally, ISFPs tend to keep their emotions more private. They are more likely to show they care by doing kind, compassionate things for people. They're often hands-on and supportive of their loved ones, finding acts of service that will provide real, tangible results. 2. They don't care much for tradition. Many people associate sensing with a desire for tradition, but ISFPs have no problem thinking outside the box. These types are generally very independent and like to do things in their unique way. As an example, conservative type and educational preferences, ISFPs were the only type who greatly preferred unschooling over public school, homeschooling, or private school. Most other types found unschooling to be too conformist or risky. But the majority of ISFPs found the idea of interest-led, independent learning attractive. That said, several ISFPs had concerns about unschooling, but by far, more ISFPs were open to non-traditional education methods than other types. 3. A lot of famous entertainers are ISFPs. Jimmy Stewart, Audrey Hepburn, Prince, and Ryan Gosling are just a few of the entertainers rumored to be ISFPs. These types tend to have a natural gift for performing because it allows them to express their deeply held values and emotions, and it utilizes their natural physical awareness and sensory precision to perform, dance, or act with grace and emotional depth. 4. New Zealand has the highest percentage of ISFPs. According to some sample studies done between 1985 and 1998, New Zealand has the highest percentage of ISFPs, making up 6.6% of the population. In the United States, ISFPs make up approximately 5.4% of the population. 5. They're practical feeling types. A lot of people associate a preference for feeling with being illogical, flighty, emotionally unstable. These assumptions are incorrect, especially so with ISFPs, because they have auxiliary extroverted sensing or SE. They tend to be extremely realistic and focused on practical application. They excel in healthcare, the business world, and even law enforcement because they're often able to think quickly in a crisis and find common sense solutions that other types might not notice. 6. ISFPs deal with emotional exhaustion. According to the Mbti manual, ISFPs ranked highest on the emotional exhaustion and depersonalization burnout scales. These types empathize and feel deeply for the concerns and care of others, and they also hold themselves to very high standards. They are also overrepresented in healthcare fields where they tend to give considerably of their emotional energy to their patients. They need to take time for themselves and find support from friends or family members. 7. They tend to keep their anger inside. Because ISFPs use introverted feeling or FI, they tend to be private about their own emotions. While they indeed have very strong emotions, that they are wary of expressing them at the moment. According to the MBTI manual, ISFPs ranked highest in coping with stress by getting upset or angry and not showing it. So if you think everything's fine and dandy with an ISFP in your life, you may just not be paying close enough attention. They don't practically like to draw attention to their feelings unless they trust someone very deeply. 8. ISFPs are more intuitive than you think. ISFPs have tertiary introverted intuition or NI. This means that in times of rest or play, they enjoy using this function to make predictions, strategize, and meditate on various perspectives. ISFPs rely heavily on temporal region T6. This region is what we use when we decide what will happen someday. It's the region we rely on when we project how a situation will unfold. Quite a few ISFPs mistype as INFJs because online tests assume that the ability to make projections or to read between the lines is a characteristic of intuition, when in fact, ISFPs are extremely capable of these things. 9. ISFPs notice what's missing. According to neuroscientist Dario Nardi, ISFPs show high activity in the temporal region T5. This area runs along the equator of the head and is responsible for noticing when people withhold information. This region also helps us to engage in socially appropriate ways and respond to social expectations. ISFPs are very attentive to the body language of people around them and know intuitively how to react and respond to more than just what's on the surface. ISFPs especially pay close attention to the tone of voice and use that awareness to assess whether someone seems authentic or has hidden motives. 10. Authentic without limits. ISFPs have no time for fake people or superficial relationships. They are intense people and they require deep connections. They crave authenticity like the air they breathe. They seek people who express themselves unashamedly, who follow their passions without apology. They work to throw off social conventions and expectations and become those people themselves. An ISFP celebrates life and they celebrate people who aren't ashamed of what they want from it. Don't lie to an ISFP. Don't try to fake it with them. They're instantly in tune with their vibe and they see through your guise. When they realize you're not being transparent with them, they won't hesitate to break away from you for their well-being. They can't risk anything stifling their self-expression or creativity. ISFPs are individualistic and deep. I'm so grateful for their creativity, their emotions, their passion, and everything they offer to the world. How about you? As an ISFP or any other personality type, what do you think are the surprising truths about you? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. 11. Extraordinarily sensitive, but in a good way. It's no surprise that ISFPs are so sensitive. When you're as passionate as they are, everything, both the good and the bad, hits you hard. They feel it all. They want to respond to it, and they do so with a tremendous amount of emotion. They can simply walk away from the moment they're entrenched, heart and soul. For example, I know an ISFP male who vomits when he receives bad news, and an ISFP female who struggles with severe anxiety and depression. These issues aren't unique to the ISFPs, by no means, but it's common for this introverted type to respond intensely to life. Again, they tend to be highly sensitive people. ISFPs are also sensitive to the people around them. They read others well and can easily tell when someone is upset, content, or hiding something. As a result, they want to dive deep into conversation and get to the intense stuff, but they're also gentle and practical when it comes to responding. Despite their sensitivity, they want to be strong for their friends. They want to be the person you can find in. Before we continue, if you enjoy this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. 12. Free-spirited. ISFPs live in the moment, are eager for new experiences and adventures, and aren't afraid to experiment. For example, it's common for an ISFP to welcome personal transformation in the form of a career change or a new hobby. If that new direction is suggested to them by a friend, an ISFP will likely embrace the suggestion and explore it wholeheartedly. They want to grow as human beings and they enjoy the challenge and the thrill of a new life direction or pursuit. They want to reach their full potential. They won't dismiss an avenue that could lead to a more individualistic and happy version of themselves, even if that change might initially feel uncomfortable. It probably won't deter an ISFP. ISFPs live for the joy of life. They see beauty and meaning in everything. Even the smallest things like a sunset, a painting, or a huddled couple talking excitedly. It's no wonder why so many ISFPs pursue the visual arts. They love and excel at capturing those subtle moments in life that many others seem to skim over. ISFPs are the quintessential free spirits. They desire freedom and pleasure without superficiality, and are driven by passion and their firm belief in personal independence. Probably no other introverted type manages to live in the moment as well as the ISFP. They were born for it.